Today, we will talk about team leadership. Organizational teams have become increasingly prevalent due to the complexity of tasks, globalization, and the flattening of structures within organizations. A team is defined as a group of interdependent members who share common goals and must coordinate their activities to achieve these objectives. Examples of such teams include executive teams, project management teams, and task forces, which can operate either in person or as geographically dispersed virtual teams. The rise of virtual teams, particularly during the COVID-19 pandemic, has allowed organizations to tap into global talent, facilitate collaboration across distances, and reduce travel costs. However, these teams face unique challenges, such as building trust, managing conflicts, and navigating scheduling across different time zones. Trust is especially critical for virtual teams, as the lack of face-to-face interaction can lead to misunderstandings and disengagement. Effective team dynamics are influenced by several key factors. First, the use of technology is essential for fostering connections among team members, making virtual interactions feel more personal. Second, leaders must manage the challenges of distance by accommodating various schedules to ensure all members stay engaged. Lastly, the commitment of team members is crucial, especially in virtual settings where the temptation to disengage is higher. Successful teams contribute significantly to organizational outcomes, including increased productivity, better decision-making, improved resource utilization, and enhanced innovation. For teams to thrive, however, the organizational culture must support member involvement and collaborative decision-making. Traditional hierarchical structures can impede this, highlighting the need for cultural shifts towards more inclusive practices. Leadership within teams also diverges from traditional models, focusing on process-oriented approaches that adapt to changing circumstances. Effective team leadership is vital for promoting both task and interpersonal development, ultimately facilitating team success. In essence, the effectiveness of organizational teams relies on supportive cultures and proficient leadership to navigate the complexities of modern collaboration. The complexities of team processes require the active engagement of all team members. While some teams operate autonomously without a formal leader, even those with designated leaders benefit from shared leadership among members. Shared leadership occurs when team members assume leadership roles to influence the team and enhance effectiveness. This approach, known as team leadership capacity, allows members to step forward to lead when necessary and then step back to let others take charge. Shared leadership is increasingly crucial in modern organizations, enabling quicker responses to complex challenges. Although it involves risks for members who lead outside their formal roles, teams that practice shared leadership typically experience less conflict, greater consensus, increased trust, and enhanced cohesion. This dynamic is especially vital for virtual teams, where empowering leadership that distributes power fosters better collaboration and performance. The chapter also introduces a model that serves as a mental roadmap for leaders and team members to diagnose and address team issues effectively. This model aims to enhance the ability of teams to achieve excellence through shared leadership practices. The Hill model for team leadership emphasizes that a leader's primary role is to monitor the team and take necessary actions to enhance effectiveness. This model simplifies the complex nature of team leadership by outlining initial leadership decisions, subsequent leader actions, and indicators of team performance. It provides tools for improving team effectiveness and highlights the importance of effective communication skills for leaders. Effective team performance begins with the leader's mental model, which encompasses their understanding of the team's challenges and the broader environmental context. A good leader must be behaviorally flexible and possess a diverse set of skills to address the team's varied needs. When leaders align their behaviors with the complexity of the situation, they demonstrate requisite variety, the ability to match their actions to meet the team's demands. Leaders are responsible for facilitating the team's effectiveness through careful analysis of both internal and external conditions. They must discern which problems require intervention and select appropriate solutions based on the specific circumstances. When leadership is shared within the team, members collectively diagnose issues and implement solutions, leading to improved effectiveness. This collaborative approach to leadership fosters a more responsive and capable team environment. At the foundation of the Hill model for team leadership is the concept of team effectiveness, which emphasizes achieving both performance and development outcomes. Performance relates to the quality of the team's work and whether it meets its goals, while development focuses on team cohesion and members' ability to work effectively together while satisfying their own needs. Successful teams excel in both areas, ensuring they accomplish tasks while maintaining a strong, collaborative environment. Research has identified criteria for assessing team effectiveness, with Hackman proposing 6 enabling conditions for effective team functioning: having a real team, a compelling purpose, the right members, clear norms of conduct, organizational support, and team-focused coaching. Additionally, Larson and LaFosto identified 8 characteristics consistently linked to team excellence across various types of teams. Understanding these conditions helps leaders benchmark their team's performance against established standards, identify areas for improvement, and take appropriate actions to enhance team success. By assessing their team against these indicators, leaders can gain valuable insights to guide their efforts in fostering team effectiveness. A compelling purpose is essential for energizing team members and directing them toward their collective goals. Clear and motivating team objectives are crucial. Without them, teams may struggle due to vague tasks or competing personal agendas. Effective leaders play a key role in maintaining focus on these goals, especially during the initial formation of the team. They can define goals, foster task interdependence, and engage members through pre-briefings and a shared mission. To achieve their objectives, teams also need an effective structure. This includes appropriate task design, team composition, and established norms of conduct. Different types of teams require varying structural features. Management teams often deal with power dynamics, while creative teams need autonomy, and tactical teams require clarity. Clear roles, good communication, and performance assessment methods are essential for all teams. According to Solos, a good team leader initiates an enabling structure by performing 5 critical actions: composing a diverse team with the right skills, establishing productive norms, clarifying responsibilities, defining team functions and authority, and fostering a sense of ownership among members. These structures help teams meet their needs and effectively accomplish their goals. Teams should be composed of the right number and mix of members who possess both the technical and interpersonal skills necessary to accomplish their tasks. It's essential that team members are not only technically competent, but also capable of collaborating effectively. A common pitfall is assuming that technical proficiency automatically translates to good teamwork skills. Members need core competencies, including problem-solving abilities and interpersonal traits like openness and supportiveness. Unity and commitment within the team are crucial. Teams must be carefully designed to foster a sense of identity and involvement among members. A collaborative climate is vital for effectiveness, allowing team members to focus on problems, communicate openly, and support one another. Trust and respect are foundational to this environment, and effective leaders can cultivate this by promoting collaboration and ensuring safe communication. Establishing clear norms of conduct and standards of excellence is critical for team functioning. These standards help regulate performance and encourage members to strive for their best. Team leaders play a key role in setting expectations, providing feedback, and recognizing superior performance. By monitoring and rewarding both individual and team achievements, leaders reinforce a culture of excellence and enhance overall team effectiveness. External support and recognition play a pivotal role in team effectiveness. A supportive organizational context should provide material resources, rewards for excellent performance, educational opportunities for skill development, and necessary information systems. Leaders must identify and secure the needed support to enable teams to accomplish their goals effectively. Rewarding and recognizing team achievements is crucial, along with providing mentoring and development opportunities for team members. Effective team leaders support member growth by acting as coaches, facilitating work, and organizing debriefings to enhance learning and performance. Principled leadership is essential for team effectiveness, influencing teams through cognitive, motivational, affective, and coordinating processes. Effective leaders help teams understand problems, foster cohesion, handle stress, and integrate activities. They commit to team goals, empower members, focus on priorities, and manage performance to enhance team effectiveness. Assessing team excellence based on key characteristics allows leaders to identify weaknesses and take corrective action. Continual assessment of team effectiveness through various tools like observation, surveys, and feedback helps leaders make informed decisions and guide team development. The feedback loop between team effectiveness and leadership decisions in the Hill model for team leadership reflects the dynamic nature of teams, where past actions influence future decisions and outcomes. At the top of the Hill model for team leadership lies leadership decisions, pivotal choices leaders must make to enhance team functioning. The initial decision centers on whether to continue monitoring the team or intervene actively. This decision involves evaluating internal and external factors and determining if immediate action is necessary. Leaders can focus on diagnosing issues, taking corrective actions, monitoring the environment, or preventing external disruptions. The decision-making process involves information search and structuring to develop a comprehensive understanding of the team's status. Leaders gather data from various sources, analyze it, and interpret it to formulate action plans. In virtual teams, similar principles apply, necessitating monitoring and intervention for optimal performance. Shared leadership among team members can aid in adapting to changing circumstances, allowing for a more accurate assessment of team effectiveness. Effective leadership hinges on choosing the right course of action based on gathered information. Leaders must strike a balance between acting swiftly and analyzing situations thoroughly to facilitate the team's work effectively. The timing of leadership interventions is crucial, especially considering the team's developmental stages and the appropriate leadership style needed at each phase. Understanding the team's life cycle and providing suitable leadership support at the right time are essential for team success. The second leadership decision in the Hill model involves determining whether to address task-related or relational issues within the team. Effective leadership requires balancing task functions, like problem-solving and goal achievement, with maintenance functions, such as fostering a positive climate and resolving interpersonal conflicts. Both functions are crucial for team effectiveness, as good relationships enhance productivity, and successful task completion can improve team cohesion. In virtual teams, this balance is even more critical due to the challenges of electronic communication. Leaders must be adept at interpreting non-verbal cues and understanding team dynamics without traditional signs. Research indicates that virtual team leaders should start with face-to-face meetings to build trust and rapport, while also managing projects and maintaining regular meetings. They need to prioritize relationship building alongside task management and stay updated on communication technologies to optimize teamwork. As virtual teams become more common, addressing their unique leadership challenges is increasingly important. Leadership decision 3 involves deciding whether to intervene internally or externally within the team. When a leader chooses to take action, they must assess whether the issues at hand are internal within the team or external related to the broader organizational context. Effective leaders analyze both internal and external demands and respond accordingly. For example, if there is internal conflict among team members, an internal relational intervention may be necessary to improve relationships. If team goals are unclear, an internal task intervention could help clarify objectives. Conversely, if external factors, like a lack of organizational support, are affecting the team, an external intervention to secure that support may be needed. Current research emphasizes the importance of teams functioning within their larger organizational environments. While addressing internal issues is essential, teams must also be externally oriented to build connections and adapt to rapidly changing environments. This approach enables teams to navigate challenges more effectively by forging networks both within and outside the organization. The middle section of the Hill model for team leadership outlines various leadership actions that can be taken either internally task or relational or externally environmental. These actions, derived from research on team excellence, emphasize that teams with clear goals, effective structures, and strong collaboration perform better. Leaders must assess the situation and determine the necessary action, choosing the most appropriate intervention based on the team's needs. For instance, if conflicts arise among team members, a leader might initiate conflict management. Effective leadership requires a deep understanding of group dynamics and the ability to respond strategically to challenges. Leaders should identify obstacles to goal achievement and select actions accordingly. If the issue is related to performance, they might focus on setting goals or providing training. For relational challenges, Actions like managing conflict or fostering commitment may be needed. If the problem is environmental, leaders should consider networking or advocating for the team. The task section of the Hill model for team leadership outlines essential actions leaders can take to enhance team performance. Leaders may focus on goal focusing by clarifying objectives and ensuring team members are aligned in their efforts. When teams are bogged down in daily tasks, leaders might engage in structuring for results, helping the team plan and organize for future goals. Additionally, leaders facilitate decision-making by encouraging information sharing and addressing gaps in communication, ensuring that all relevant insights are considered. Providing training to develop necessary skills is also crucial, especially when team members lack the competencies required for effective performance. Maintaining standards of excellence involves monitoring individual and team performance and addressing issues directly when standards are not met. The relational section emphasizes actions aimed at improving team dynamics and interpersonal relationships. Leaders may engage in coaching to enhance interpersonal skills, such as listening, to foster better communication. Encouraging collaboration is vital, especially when team members need to consider diverse opinions and reach compromises. Effective leaders also focus on managing conflict, addressing power dynamics, and preventing groupthink by promoting open discussions. To boost team morale, leaders can work on building commitment by recognizing past successes and fostering unity. Additionally, satisfying individual needs involves providing support and advocacy for team members facing challenges. Finally, leaders should model ethical practices, ensuring fairness and consistency in treatment among all members to create a positive team culture. Together, these actions contribute to improved task performance and stronger relationships within the team. The external leadership actions are strategies leaders can use to enhance team effectiveness within their organizational context. Teams must monitor their environment and adapt to improve performance. Key actions include 1. Networking. Leaders should form alliances to gather information and increase influence, connecting team members with respected individuals in the organization. 2. Advocacy. Leaders can represent the team to upper management, sharing successes through updates or newsletters to raise awareness. 3. Negotiation. Leaders may need to secure resources or support by negotiating with management, ensuring the team has what it needs to succeed. 4. Buffering. Leaders can protect team members from distractions, allowing them to focus on their goals. 5. Assessment. Evaluating environmental indicators helps leaders provide feedback on team performance compared to others. 6. Information sharing. Keeping the team informed about organizational changes ensures alignment with new directions. Successful team leadership is complex and requires leaders to be adaptable and open-minded. Leadership behaviors can also be shared among experienced team members. Ultimately, the goal is to address the team's unmet needs, allowing the team to thrive whether led by the designated leader or by its members. Okay, now the question we need to answer is, how does the team leadership model work? The Hill model for team leadership is a tool that helps team leaders and members assess their team's current performance and decide on actions to enhance effectiveness. Leadership is viewed as an oversight role where the leader monitors and intervenes only when needed. The model guides leaders through a decision-making process. First, monitoring the team, and then deciding whether to act, and if so, whether the action should be internal task or relationship or external organizational context. Leaders must interpret complex team issues accurately before intervening. For example, conflict in a team could stem from power struggles, unclear roles, lack of autonomy, or simply be a normal developmental phase. The leader must decide if and how to act, possibly addressing relational, task, and environmental issues simultaneously. Like sports coaches who constantly strive to improve their teams even after victories, team leaders should continuously evaluate team performance using the model, comparing it with standards of excellence to identify weaknesses and areas for development. The model emphasizes proactive, informed leadership rooted in theory and practical application. One major strength of the team leadership model is its focus on real-world organizational teams and their environments. It helps leaders and members diagnose problems and improve team performance by understanding what makes teams effective. The model encourages leaders to consider both internal dynamics and external factors, making it suitable even for complex systems like multi-team systems (MTSs). Another key strength is its ability to simplify the complexity of teamwork into a practical, manageable framework. It aligns with modern leadership views that emphasize shared leadership rather than top-down authority. Any team member, not just the formal leader, can assess team functioning and take appropriate action. The model also supports selecting effective leaders by highlighting essential qualities such as perceptiveness, objectivity, analytical thinking, and good communication. Effective team leaders need strong diagnostic abilities and a wide range of intervention skills to respond appropriately to team challenges. The Hill model for team leadership is a conceptual guide to help leaders make decisions within teams, but it doesn't cover all possible leadership skills or factors influencing team effectiveness. It may need to be adapted based on the team's context, such as the environment, organizational culture, team size, or specific coaching needs. The model is descriptive rather than prescriptive. It offers direction but not specific answers to real-time challenges. Using the model effectively requires practice and a strong foundation in skills like communication, conflict resolution, and group processes. As leadership roles in teams often shift and may be shared, all members need broad leadership capabilities. Less experienced teams may need stronger leadership, while mature teams may function more autonomously. Training in team leadership should focus on diagnosing team issues and taking appropriate action. However, current methods for evaluating the model's effectiveness are limited, often relying on subjective team member perceptions. A more accurate approach would involve directly observing leadership behaviors to assess their impact on team success. The main role of team leadership is to guide the team toward achieving its goals by continually monitoring, diagnosing issues, and taking appropriate action. The Hill model helps leaders decide whether to act, and if so, whether the action should target internal team dynamics, the external environment, or both. Leaders then select the most suitable behavior from their skill set and adapt based on results. Tools like the Team Excellence and Collaborative Team Leader Questionnaire can assist in assessing team effectiveness. Both leaders and members complete the questionnaire to identify strengths and weaknesses. Since leaders often overestimate their performance, Comparing both perspectives helps identify areas needing improvement and create targeted action plans. Research also supports the model's practicality throughout a team's lifespan, highlighting leadership behaviors such as task structuring, relationship building, providing rewards, and facilitating training. These reflect both internal and external leadership functions emphasized in the Hill model, offering a comprehensive approach to building high-performing teams.
Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe to channel.